Hello everybody. I am back with another video and I'm going to be showing you guys how I created this look. I just went shopping today and I bought some new products and I kind of wanted to test them out. Some are new, some are old, but I just wanted to do another video and get comfortable in front of the camera once again. So let's get into it. Right now I'm using the glycolic acid toner from Ordinary, and this was a staple back in 2020 I think it was, and I was using this like every single day and I was obsessed with it. And I don't know, I haven't used the toner in so long and you can kind of tell from my skin, I'm not gonna lie, but I finally got it back again and it really does its big one. After my toner, I'm using my Bare Minerals Skin Rescue, and this is just a niacinamide serum that I like. I've tried a couple of different niacinamides, and this is probably one of my favorites. I just love how creamy it is on the skin, and it melts into the skin, and it has this tingly sensation, and especially after I shave, and it just feels really good. So I kind of just wanted to throw that out there. If you guys wanted to try it, I would say definitely go for it. And then after I do this, I put on some moisturizer. The one that I'm using today is a little bit on the cheaper end. It's the e.l.f. Skin Face Cream, and honestly, I love this stuff. I get it every single time I run out. This is like my go-to moisturizer. It's good, it's cheap, it leaves my skin looking nice and luscious and beautiful, and all the good things. After that, I go straight into my eyebrows. What I'm using right now is my favorite brow pencil of all time. It is my L'Oreal Paris Brow Pencil. I've tried a couple of different ones, like I've tried the Anastasia Beverly Hills, I've tried Tarte, I've tried Morphe, and even though they're all good, this one to me kind of fits me and my style of makeup because it doesn't leave my eyebrows looking thick. And I just love the colors that they have. It's very natural to my brow. And I don't know, it has the brush on the other side so I can blend out the product a little bit and it doesn't look chalky on my skin. It doesn't dry down weird on my brows. So you can't really tell that you're wearing it when you're wearing it. And that's why I love this one. Next, I go into my Infallible L'Oreal concealer, and I really like this concealer. It's more of a thicker one. I use this for my brows specifically. If I do some cover-ups, I will use this not in this specific shade, but since I'm doing a full face, I'm not planning on doing any cover-ups, even though I probably should sometimes. But in this case, I'm only using it for my brows, just to carve up my brow and kind of map it out a bit. Then I go in with my beauty blender and I blend out this concealer. I use a beauty blender, sometimes I use a brush. It kind of depends on what I have and what I'm doing in that moment. But in this case, I am using the beauty blender because I'm blending the concealer into my skin and I'm blending it into my eyes just so I can have a nice base. I'm not doing any eye makeup, but it's just so that I can, have a nice blended concealer. I don't want it to look too thick. I don't want it to look too chalky, and that's what this does for me. And then I go in with my One Size foundation. I got this a couple of months ago just to try it out, and honestly, I wasn't really a foundation boy until I tried this product. It's kind of half and half because I did used to love the Wet n Wilds back in like 2020, but ever since then, I didn't really use foundation. And the One Size really brought me back to it. It leaves the skin really nice. I've used it with different products multiple times, and the longevity of this is insane. I don't wear makeup all day, but I have worn it for, an hour or 4, and seeing it on my skin and seeing how it wears throughout the day, I love this product. The way that the colors look, the finish, it's not full coverage if I'm not mistaken. I think it's medium to buildable, and I like the medium. I don't like too much of a coverage anyways, so I don't put that much product. Now this is what I'm excited for. I just bought this new Rare Beauty contour, and I think the name was Solace if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, it's really doing it for me. I don't know. It's creamy, not creamy. It's liquidy. Like it's almost like water, but it's thicker and it melts onto the skin so good. A little bit, and I kid you not, a little bit goes a long way. I use this I think I just put a dab on my top of my hand. I used my brush and I went ahead and started contouring. With that dab, I kid you not, I did both sides of my cheeks and both of my temples, a little bit on the nose, and yeah, this is definitely a W for me. Next, I'm using my Rare Beauty eye brightener, and this is another one of those products that I bought today, and I was so excited when I saw it in the store and I saw the testers and I was like, oh my god, I need this, and I ended up walking out with it. I really like it. It's nice and liquidy as well, just like the bronzer. And the way that it sets on my under eyes isn't like any other concealers. I feel like other concealers that I've tried, like the LA Girl and the L'Oreal, which is what I use for my brows, when I have it on my under eyes, it just sits very thickly. But when I use this product, it doesn't really sit on my under eyes. It kind of just changes the color of it, and a little goes a long way. The way that I do it is I just put a little bit of product on my under eyes, and then I use my beauty blender and kind of just blend it out gradually into my temples a little bit and into the contour just a bit, so it looks nice and blended. Once I feel like I put all the product and blended it in with my beauty blender, I'll go ahead with my Morphe setting powder. This is another one of my staples. I love this product. I'm sorry, you cannot convince me to buy any other setting powder. I've tried the Laura Mercier, love her, but on me, no thank you. Morphe is my girl, and I just put a little bit because I'm not baking it yet. I just want to dry the product down and really get that color to pop, and that's exactly what this does. And I love this powder. This is just my girl. This is my go-to. She the one, she not the two. Yeah. And then I'll go ahead and just brush it off because again, I just wanted to set it. I didn't want it to bake yet. I just want to make sure that the cream is dry before I go on to the next step, which is setting. I just like to set the powder, set the bronzer in, make sure everything is nice and wet before I go into anything else. Next, I'm going into my blush. So the one that I'm using is from this Morphe palette, and I'm not really a blush boy, but I feel like for this look I needed to add it because between the contour and between the eye brightener, I just felt like there was something missing in between. So I added some blush to give myself some color, and the way that I do this for this specific look, I'm kind of putting it onto the higher points of my cheek and I'm bringing it up into my temples. I kind of want to flush everything and make sure that I have no streaks or no marks, and I want to make everything look nice and blended. And then from there, I'll go in with my other brush and I will get some contour powder. So this I'm just doing kind of to pop that contour back out, and this is more of a warmer shade, so it's not canceling out that grayness, but it's just adding to it. And I feel like, me personally, I like adding powders over cream just because I feel like creams saturate and lose color over time, and when you're putting the powder, I feel like it kind of makes it stay and also brings it back out again. Then I'll go in with my baking powder and I'll start chopping it up. I'm going with my Morphe once again, and I'm placing this more thick. I really want this to kind of shape my face more, so I'll let it stay longer, and again, I'm putting a thicker layer. I love the cut. I love looking sharp, and when I do this, that's what it does. It makes all the edges look sharp. It brings out all the highlights into the skin, and I don't know, I'm telling you guys, this is my powder. This is my go-to. Next, I'll be lining my lips with my e.l.f. lip pencil. This is another one of those budget-friendly pencils that you can buy, and I love it. It's nice and creamy. The colors are really strong. It pairs really nice with any other lipsticks, lip glosses, and all that stuff. For today, I'm just lining the lips with this color, and then I am going over it with my Kylie lip butter. And might I say, that is my favorite gloss. I know it's not a gloss, it's a butter, but it is my favorite gloss. I will use it when my lips are dry, when my lips are chapped. It really rejuvenates my lips, and it gives you those DSLs. And then I just go ahead and brush off all those powders with my brush. and really get back into it. When I brush it off, I'll go in with my setting spray, lock everything in. This I'll go a little bit more heavier just because I really want to dry off all of those powders. And I don't have a mini fan or anything like that, so I'm just using my palette to speed up the drying process because, you know, why not? And learning from trial and error, I'm going with my mascara after my setting spray. I've come to find that whenever I put my mascara before my setting spray, it makes my mascara wet again, and then my lashes are already long as it is, so when I put the setting spray on, my lashes touch my eyelids and it just becomes a big nightmare. I get mascara all over my eyelids, and if I'm doing a really invasive eye makeup look, it just messes it up for me because I have these black streaks. And yeah, this is the look. If you guys enjoyed this tutorial, I'm gonna keep practicing. I'm gonna get back into it. I'm just doing this for myself and doing it for fun and seeing where this goes and seeing what I do with it. But I really do enjoy making these tutorials, getting in front of the camera again, doing my makeup, trying new products. So if you guys want to see more, like and subscribe.